You stand on the command deck of the Vigilance. Your ship is the anchor of the Third Fleet. Below you, the great star-born Ark hangs in the void. It is a cosmic skeleton of impossible scale. Its rings of pearlescent alloy dwarf moons. They are silent. They have been silent for 10,000 years. No one remembers who built it or why. The Elder Ones, as they are known, left only this monument, a silent testament to a power beyond understanding. Your watch has been quiet for 2 years, a peaceful, boring, and utterly predictable patrol. The fleet drifts in a loose formation around the Ark. It guards against a threat no one can define. Some say the Ark is a weapon. Others call it a gateway. Some even think it's a tomb. You just call it home. The long hours are filled with system checks. You review patrol logs and drink recycled coffee. Your crew has become a family, bound by the shared duty of watching over nothing. But you feel it. A subtle wrongness in the silent dark. It is a feeling you cannot shake, a low hum in the back of your mind. You tell yourself it is just space madness, a common ailment on long-duration missions. Yet, you find your gaze drawn to the Ark. You watch its sleeping, silent rings. You wonder what dreams they hold, what forgotten purpose waits inside that cold, dead machine. The silence of the void feels different today. It feels like the breath held before a scream. A young ensign polishes a console nearby. He is barely 20 years old. He probably joined the fleet for adventure. He got stuck watching the galaxy's biggest paperweight instead. He catches you staring into the void. He offers a nervous smile. You nod back, a silent reassurance. But the feeling persists. The quiet is too deep. The stars seem too sharp. Something is coming. You know it in your bones. The long peace is about to break. The alert is not a scream. It is a whisper that tears through the quiet of the bridge. A single, persistent chime from the long-range sensor array. Every head on the deck snaps toward the science station. Sub-Commander Thorne, your lead analyst, leans into his console. His face is illuminated by the soft green glow. His fingers dance across the holographic interface. The calm professionalism of your crew settles over the bridge. But beneath it, a new tension coils like a snake. "Report, Thorne," you say. Your voice is steady. It betrays none of the cold dread climbing your spine. Thorne does not look up. His eyes are fixed on the cascading data streams. "Commander, I have a ghost signal. A massive energy reading from the outer system's edge." He pauses, frowning. It's not possible. The resolution is unstable. It's like looking at a shadow. The hum of the bridge systems seems to fade away. The only sound is the quiet tapping of Thorne's fingers. "Define massive," you order. You walk toward his station. The deck plates feel cold beneath your boots. Thorne shakes his head. The disbelief is clear on his face. "Sir, the reading is larger than our entire fleet's output, larger than the local star." The bridge falls silent. A reading that large is not a ship. It is an event, a force of nature. "It's moving," Thorne says, his voice barely a whisper. "And it's moving fast. Inbound trajectory. It will be in visual range in 10 minutes. You stare at the main view screen. The star field is deceptively peaceful. Blackness dotted with distant, cold light. But now you know something is hidden in that blackness. Something immense and powerful is hurtling toward you. It comes from the deep, uncharted void. The place where old maps simply say, "Here be dragons." It seems the dragons are finally coming home. And you are standing on the welcome mat. "All hands to battle stations," you command. The bridge explodes into controlled chaos. The long vigil is over. There is no flash of light, No grand rupture in space-time. One moment, the space before you is empty. The next, it is full. A fleet of impossible size hangs in the void. Their ships are not metal and light. They are blades of pure obsidian. They absorb the light of the nearby star. They create holes in the cosmos. Your sensors scream. They struggle to resolve the fleet's composition or number. It is a swarm of geometric nightmares. Hostile fleet identified, the tactical officer reports. His voice cracks. They are not responding to hails on any frequency. Your mind races, trying to process the scale of it. They outnumber you 10 to 1, maybe 20 to 1. Their smallest ship is the size of your flagship, the Vigilance. Their largest, it is a moving mountain, a dark cathedral of war. A silent dread fills the bridge. This is not a battle. This is an execution. Before you can give the order to fire, they act. A wave of energy, silent and black, erupts from their lead ships. It is not a laser. It is not a missile. It is a wave of pure negation. It washes over your forward line of frigates. The ships do not explode. They simply vanish. One moment they are there, proud and ready. The next, there is only empty space. No debris, no energy signature, no dying screams over the comms. Just nothing. A profound shock ripples through your fleet. The comms channel is a mess of panicked voices. Your grand strategy, a carefully planned defensive posture, is now useless. It was a plan for fighting a conventional war. This is something else entirely. All ships, evasive maneuvers. You roar, return fire, target their lead vessels. Your fleet responds. Beams of brilliant energy lance out. They strike the obsidian hulls of the enemy ships. The light simply disappears, absorbed without a trace. Their shields do not even flicker. This is not a fight they expect to win. It is a fight they cannot even begin. The enemy fleet does not press its attack on you. It simply drifts past your shattered formation. Its obsidian blades glide with an unnatural grace. They have a different target. On your main view screen, the tactical overlay highlights their new trajectory. Your blood runs cold. They are not aiming for the Ark. They are aiming for the inhabited worlds of the system. The garden planets, the colonies, the billions of souls who call this system home. You watch in horror. A single enemy vessel peels away from the main fleet. It positions itself over the colony of New Eden, a world of rolling green hills and sparkling blue oceans, a world with a population of 3 billion people. What are they doing? A junior officer asks. Her voice is full of disbelief. You know what they are doing. You have read about it in horror stories, in tales from the dark ages of galactic warfare. A beam of energy, impossibly bright and searingly hot, descends from the ship. It touches the planet's surface. The effect is instantaneous. The atmosphere ignites. The oceans boil into steam. The green continents turn to black, molten glass. The process takes less than a minute. A world of life becomes a sphere of incandescent death. There are no screams. They are too far away to hear. There is only the silent, horrifying image on your screen. A vibrant planet turned into a sterile cinder. Your fleet, your powerful warships, can only watch. You are utterly helpless. The enemy ship rejoins its fleet. Another takes its place over the system's next most populated world. The process repeats. A second world dies, then a third. It is a systematic, cold, and efficient extermination. They are not conquering. They are cleansing. They are wiping this sector of space clean of all life. It's like they're weeding a garden. And you are just a bug they can't be bothered to squash. The weight of your failure presses down on you. Every life extinguished is a testament to your weakness. A direct channel opens from Fleet Command. The face of Grand Admiral Sato appears on your private screen. His expression is grim. His face is a mask of stone, but you can see the fury burning in his eyes. He has been watching the same feeds as you. He has seen the planets burn. "Commander," he says, his voice low and dangerous. "Report." You have no report to give. No explanation that can soften the blow of what has happened. "Grand Admiral, my strategy has failed," you state. The words taste like ash. The enemy is unlike anything we have ever encountered. Their weapons, their defenses, they are beyond our understanding. You see the casualty reports scrolling on a secondary display. Thousands of your own crew are gone, vanished in that first silent attack. Billions of civilians are dead, wiped from existence in a matter of minutes. The scope of the disaster is staggering. "Failure is not an option, Commander." Sato's voice is cold steel. The Admiralty has reviewed the situation. Your orders are to hold the line, protect the Ark at all costs. The command is insane. Hold the line? What line? The line was obliterated before you even knew you were in a fight. It would be a suicide run, a pointless sacrifice of your remaining ships and crews. It's like being told to stop a tidal wave with a bucket. "Sir, with all due respect, you begin." But Sato cuts you off. "There is no respect due, Commander. Not after this. You will hold that position, or you will be relieved of command. Is that understood?" The channel closes. You are left alone with the impossible order. The weight of command settles on you like a shroud. You have led your people into a massacre. Now you are being ordered to lead the survivors into an even greater one. You stare at the Ark, the great, silent artifact. It seems to mock you with its indifference. It has watched empires rise and fall. What is one more fleet to its silent, eternal gaze? As you stare at the main view screen, a new signal appears. It is not from the enemy. It is not from your fleet. It comes from the Ark itself. The ancient machine, dormant for millennia, is stirring. On Thorn's console, a complex waveform blossoms. It is elegant. It is structured. It is a language of pure mathematics. It is also completely alien. "Commander," Thorn says, his voice a mix of awe and fear. "The Ark, it's talking to us. The signal is not a broadcast. It is a narrow beam, focused directly on the vigilance, directly on you. It bypasses your ship's communication systems. It feels like it is being projected directly into your mind. A ghostly whisper that echoes in the quiet chambers of your thoughts. It does not use words. It uses concepts, images, feelings. It shows you the enemy fleet. It shows you their path of destruction. Then, it offers you a solution. The whisper shows you the inner workings of the Ark. It reveals chambers of impossible geometry. It reveals conduits flowing with energies that defy the laws of physics. It shows you power, not the crude power of explosions and energy beams. This is the power to bend reality, the power to edit the fabric of space-time. The signal is a promise. It says it can give you the strength to defeat the enemy. It can give you the key to save what little is left. But the whisper comes with a warning, a feeling of immense cost. To use this power is to play with forces that shaped the universe. The price of such intervention is not measured in energy or resources. It is measured in consequences, in echoes and ripples that will spread through time itself. The Ark is a tool of last resort, a weapon so dangerous, its own creators chose to leave it silent and forgotten. The whisper fades. It leaves you with a choice, a terrible, unthinkable choice. Do you dare to wake the ghost in the machine? You call an emergency meeting of the War Council. The surviving captains and your senior staff gather in the briefing room. Their faces are grim. They are soldiers. They are prepared to die. But they are not prepared for the silent, effortless erasure they have witnessed. You stand before them. The weight of your decision presses down on you. You know what you are about to propose is madness. It is a violation of every regulation. It is a gamble with the fabric of reality itself. The enemy is unstoppable by conventional means, you begin. Your voice echoes in the stark, metal room. Our weapons are useless. Our defenses are meaningless. Grand Admiral Sato has ordered us to hold the line. That is a death sentence. You pause, letting the words sink in. You see the despair in their eyes, the grim acceptance of their fate. But you continue. I believe there is another way. You project the ARC signal onto the main display. The complex alien waveform fills the screen. The ARC is awake, you say. It has offered us a weapon. A murmur runs through the room. Captain Eva Rostova of the battleship Titan stands up. She is a veteran of a dozen campaigns. Her face is a roadmap of old battles. Commander, that is a forbidden artifact. The ancient accords forbid any attempt to activate it. We don't know what it does. You meet her gaze, I know. But the accords were written to prevent a war. This is not a war. This is an extinction. You lay out the plan, the unthinkable gambit. You will not just use the ARC. You will channel it. You will integrate your flagship systems directly with the ARC's core. You will attempt to control a power that mortals were never meant to wield. There is a stunned silence. The sheer audacity of the plan is breathtaking. It is heresy. It is suicide. But it is also the only sliver of hope they have left. This is our only chance, you say, your voice firm. A desperate chance, but a chance nonetheless. You look at their faces. You see fear. You see doubt. But you also see a flicker of something else. A desperate, burning defiance. Your engineering teams work in a state of controlled panic. The briefing room of the Vigilance is now a makeshift laboratory. Schematics of the ARC, transmitted by the ghostly whisper, float in the air. They are a dizzying maze of alien logic. Chief Engineer Eris Thorne, Sub-Commander Thorne's older brother, stares at the diagrams. His face is pale. Sweat beads on his forehead. This is not just beyond the textbook. This is from a library that burned down before humanity learned to walk. Commander, this is impossible, Aris says. He points to a swirling nexus of energy conduits on the schematic. This power matrix, it doesn't obey thermodynamics. It violates entropy. Trying to interface our systems with this is like trying to plug a toaster into a supernova. He's not wrong. It's probably a perfect analogy for your situation. You place a hand on his shoulder. I know it's impossible, Aris. That's why you're the one doing it. A weak smile touches his lips. The plan requires a physical connection. A team of engineers in zero-G suits must travel to the ARC's surface. They must find the primary interface port described in the alien schematics. They are guided by the ARC's whisper, a non-sentient set of directions in their minds. A single error in the connection sequence could have catastrophic results. It could cause a feedback loop that would vaporize the Vigilance, or worse. It could destabilize the ARC itself, turning it into a system-wide black hole. You watch the engineers on the view screen. They are tiny figures against the immense, curving surface of the ARC. They move with slow, deliberate precision. Each step is a risk, each connection a prayer. On the bridge, your crew monitors their progress. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Sir, Aris reports from the engineering bay. They've located the primary conduit. They are preparing to forge the interface. You nod. The first part of the gambit is underway. Now comes the price, the real price. The Ark is awake, but it is not powered. It is a sleeping giant. To rouse it, it needs a spark, a massive, concentrated burst of energy. The schematics are clear on this point. The energy required is astronomical. It is more than the combined output of your entire remaining fleet. There is only one power source in your fleet dense enough, potent enough to provide the needed jolt. The warp core of your flagship, the Vigilance. The decision is agonizing. The Vigilance is more than a ship to you. It is your home. It is the heart of the fleet. Its crew are your family. To sacrifice its core means to gut it, to leave it powerless and adrift. It would be a cold, dark tomb in the void. You stand before the Engineering Council. The faces of your most trusted technicians look back at you. They already know what you are going to say. They have seen the same energy calculations. We will use the Vigilance's core, you announce. The words feel heavy, final. Chief Engineer Aris Thorne steps forward. His expression is resolute. Commander, we will have to bypass every safety protocol. We will push the core to 1,000% over its rated maximum. Once we start the transfer, there is no turning back. The magnetic containment will fail. The core will become unstable. We will have minutes to evacuate the ship before it breaches. You look at the faces of your crew. You see their fear, but you also see their determination. They understand the stakes. This is the price of entry, the cost of using the Ark. You give the order. Begin the bypass sequence. Prepare to transfer the core's energy to the Ark. The engineers turn to their consoles. They begin the delicate, dangerous process of turning their own ship into a sacrificial lamb. You feel a profound sense of loss. You are about to kill the very ship that has carried you safely through the stars for years. The heart of your command. The Ark is a weapon, but it is not a precise one. It is a cannon of immense, indiscriminate power. To use it effectively, the enemy mothership must be in the right place, at the right time. It must be positioned directly in the Ark's line of fire, a kill zone marked by the alien schematics. But the enemy is intelligent. It will not simply fly into a trap. It must be baited, lured into the perfect position. This requires a special kind of courage, a special kind of sacrifice. You stand before the pilots of Raptor Squadron. They are the best of the best, the elite fighter pilots of the fleet. They are all volunteers. Every single one of them knew the risks when they stepped forward. Their mission is simple, and it is suicidal. They will fly directly at the enemy mothership. They will engage it at point-blank range. They will make themselves such an annoying, persistent threat that the mothership will be forced to move, to swat them like flies. They will draw it, step by step, into the Ark's kill zone. The squadron leader, a young pilot named Jorik, steps forward. His eyes are clear and steady. There is no fear in them, only a burning resolve. "We understand the mission, Commander," he says. His voice is calm. It is an honor. You look at him and at the faces of his pilots. They are so young, so full of life. You are sending them to their deaths. They are the tip of the spear, the brave few who will pay the ultimate price for the many. You feel a surge of pride, mingled with a profound sorrow. It's a shame you can't tell them you just made that joke up to lighten the mood. You salute them, a gesture of respect, of gratitude. "Fly safe, Raptors," you say. The words feel hollow. There is no safety where they are going. They salute back in unison. Then they turn and file out of the briefing room. They head for their fighters, for their final flight. You watch them go. Their courage is a stark contrast to the cold, alien power you are about to unleash. They are the human element in this desperate cosmic equation, the heart that you are throwing into the mouth of the beast. As Raptor Squadron begins its desperate charge, your communications officer calls out. His voice is tight with confusion. "Commander, I'm picking up a transmission. It's coming from the enemy mothership. This is unexpected. The enemy has maintained absolute radio silence until now." "Is it a threat?" you ask. "A surrender?" The officer shakes his head. "I don't think so, sir. It's a wide-beam broadcast. Unencrypted. I don't know what it is." He patches the signal through to the main bridge speakers. The sound that fills the command deck is chilling. It is a voice, speaking a language that is both alien and disturbingly familiar. The words are twisted. The grammar is warped. But the root is unmistakable. It is a dialect of ancient human, one that has not been spoken on Earth for thousands of years. The voice is speaking a litany, a prayer, a declaration of holy war. "The unclean shall be purged," the voice says, its tone zealous and full of fire. "The tainted worlds will be scoured clean. The great betrayal will be answered with fire. We are the children of the void, the true heirs of humanity. We have returned to reclaim our birthright, to purify the galaxy of your weakness." The revelation hits you like a physical blow. These are not aliens. They are human. Or at least they were. They are a lost colony, a forgotten branch of the human family tree, twisted by millennia of isolation and dogma into something new, something monstrous. The crew on the bridge stares at each other in stunned silence. The enemy they are fighting, the silent destroyers of worlds, are their own kin. This is not a war against an alien aggressor. This is a civil war, a family squabble on a galactic scale. The Raptors are flying to their deaths at the hands of their own distant cousins. And you are preparing to unleash an ancient, forbidden weapon against them. The moral calculus of the situation has just become infinitely more complex. The enemy is us. The vigilance groans around you. The ship is dying. Its power is being drained away, flowing through the newly forged conduit into the heart of the Ark. Lights flicker on the bridge. Consoles go dark as non-essential systems shut down. The air grows cold. You are a ghost on a ghost ship. But on the main view screen, a miracle is happening. The great star-born Ark is coming to life. For the first time in 10 millennia, the giant awakens. A soft, ethereal light begins to glow from within the Ark's rings. It is a pearlescent, shimmering light that pulses with unimaginable power. The rings, once motionless, begin to rotate. Slowly at first, then faster and faster. They spin in opposite directions, creating a dizzying counter-rotation. The very fabric of space-time around the Ark begins to warp. The stars seen through the gaps in the rings twist and smear. A low, resonant hum fills the void. It is a sound so deep it is felt more than heard, a groan from the universe itself. "Commander, the energy transfer is complete." Aris Thorne reports from engineering. His voice is strained. "The core is critical. We have to evacuate now." On the tactical display, you see Raptor Squadron. They have done it. They have baited the enemy mothership. The massive obsidian cathedral has moved. It is now positioned squarely in the center of the kill zone. Jorik's last transmission comes through. "Raptors, we've delivered the package. For the homeworlds." The transmission cuts out as his squadron is finally annihilated. They have paid the price. Now it is time to see if the purchase was worth it. "Fire," you whisper. "Fire the Ark." There is no beam, no explosion, no wave of energy you can see. the Ark unleashes something far more strange, something far more terrifying. From the central aperture of the spinning rings, a wave of pure impossibility expands outwards. It is a silent, colorless ripple in reality. A paradox made manifest. It washes over the enemy fleet. The obsidian ships do not shatter or burn. They simply cease to be. One moment, the enemy mothership, the dark cathedral of war, is there, a monstrous blot against the stars. The next, the space it occupied is empty. The stars behind it are clear and sharp. The smaller ships vanish in the same instant. The entire enemy fleet, a force that had brought your system to its knees, is erased, not destroyed. Erased, as if it had never existed in the first place. There is no wreckage, no radiation, no evidence they were ever here. The timeline itself has been rewritten. On the bridge of the Vigilance, there is a stunned silence. The crew stares at the empty space where the enemy fleet used to be. The threat is gone. The battle is won. But there is no cheering, no celebration. The victory feels hollow, unclean. You have not defeated your enemy. You have unmade them. You have committed an act of cosmic censorship. You have wielded a power that no mortal was ever meant to touch. And the silence that follows is more terrifying than any battle. The victory is short-lived. The paradox wave, having erased the enemy, does not simply dissipate. It ripples backward. It washes back over the battlefield, back toward your own fleet, back toward the Vigilance. Your science officer screams, "Sir, the wave is returning. It's rewriting our own timeline." The cost of victory becomes terrifyingly clear. The Ark did not just erase the enemy. It erased the entire conflict, the cause and effect, the very reason for the battle. You watch in horror as the paradox wave touches your fleet. The battleship Titan, commanded by the brave Captain Rostova, shimmers for a moment. Then it vanishes. It is not destroyed. It is simply gone, wiped from history. Rostova, her crew, her ship, they never existed. The comms fill with panicked cries as other ships blink out of reality. Friends you have known for years cease to have ever been. Ships that fought beside you are now just empty spaces in the formation. The wave washes over the Vigilance. The deck plates beneath you tremble. The lights flicker violently. For a terrifying moment, you feel yourself becoming transparent, a ghost in your own life. Then the wave passes. The Vigilance remains. You remain. But your fleet is decimated. Half of your ships are gone, not lost in battle, but erased from existence. A victory that has cost you your own history. You have won the war by making it so the war never happened. But the price was paid in the memory of those who were lost. A silent, unremembered sacrifice. The battle is over. The silence that follows is absolute. The enemy is gone. A significant portion of your own fleet is gone. The Vigilance drifts, a cold and powerless hulk, its core spent, its spirit broken. But the Ark remains. It is no longer glowing. Its rings have stopped spinning. But it is different now. It has changed. The unthinkable gambit worked. But it has left a scar on reality. And it has left something else. An open door. The central aperture of the Ark, the point from which the paradox wave was unleashed, is no longer empty. It is now a perfect circle of blackness, a hole in the universe. It does not reflect light. It does not radiate energy. It is a gateway, a portal to somewhere else. As you stare into that abyss, you feel a new sensation. It is not the whisper of the Ark. It is something else, something alien and vast. You have the distinct, chilling feeling that you are being watched. The forces you unleashed did more than just win a battle. They rang a dinner bell across dimensions. You closed one door by erasing the enemy, but in doing so, you have opened another. A much larger, much older door. And now, something else is looking through. Something drawn by the echo of a paradox, by the scent of a reality that has been wounded. The war with your lost kin is over. But you have a terrible feeling that a much larger, much stranger war is just beginning. The void is no longer empty. It is looking back at you.